Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn about a very interesting topic, the history of the English novel. Have you ever read a novel and felt lost in another world? Have you followed the life of a character as if they were real? That magic comes from the novel. But have you ever wondered, where did the English novel begin? Who wrote the first novels? How did novels change with time? In this video, we will travel through time and explore the complete history of the English novel step by step in easy way. So let's begin our journey. What is a novel? Before we talk about history, let us understand one simple question. What is a novel? A novel is a long written story, written in prose, not poetry, about human life, feelings, society, and imagination. A novel usually has characters, a plot, a setting, a message or theme. Novels help us understand human nature, society, culture, emotions. Now let's see how novels started in English literature. Early forms of storytelling. Before novels, people loved stories. In early times, stories were told orally, written as poems, found in myths and legends. For example, Greek epics, Roman tales, medieval romances. These stories were long, but they were not novels. The novel as we know it today started much later. The rise of the English novel, 18th century. The English novel truly began in the 18th century. Why did novels become popular at this time? Because education increased, the middle class grew, printing became cheaper, people wanted entertainment and learning. Now let's meet the fathers of the English novel. Daniel Defoe, 1660 to 1731. Daniel Defoe is considered one of the first English novelists. His famous work is Robinson Crusoe in 1719. This novel tells the story of a man stranded on an island, his struggle for survival, his faith, patience, and hard work. Why is this novel important? It looks like a real life story. It focuses on one character. It shows realism. Defoe wrote in simple and direct language, which made his novels popular. Samuel L. Richardson, 1689 to 1761. Samuel Richardson introduced something new. His famous work is Formula, 1740. This novel is written in letter form. The story focuses on a young woman, her emotions, her moral struggles. Why is Richardson important? He focused on feelings and psychology. He made characters more emotional and real. Henry Fielding, 1707 to 1754. Henry Fielding brought humor and realism to novels. Famous work is Tom Jones, 1749. His novels show society clearly, use humor and satire, have strong plots. Fielding is known as the father of the realistic novel. 19th century, the golden age of the English novel. The 19th century is called the golden age of the English novel. Why? Because many great novelists appeared during this time. Let's look at them one by one. Jane Austen, 1775 to 1817. Jane Austen wrote about love, marriage, family, society. Her famous novels are Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, and Emma. Her novels focus on middle-class life, show strong female characters, use irony and gentle humor. Jane Austen's writing is simple but very deep. Charles Dickens, 1812 to 1870. Charles Dickens is one of the greatest English novelists. He wrote about poor people, children, social injustice. His famous novels Oliver Twist, David Copperfield, Great Expectations. His novels show the cruelty of society, the pain of the poor, the hope for a better future. Dickens used emotional scenes, memorable characters. The Bronte Sisters. The Bronte Sisters give us powerful novels. Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre, Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights. Their novels focus on strong emotions, love and pain, independence. They introduced intense fiction into English novels. Thomas Hardy, 1840 to 1928. Thomas Hardy wrote tragic novels. His famous works are Tales of the D'Urbervilles, Far from the Madding Crowd. His novels show human suffering, fate and destiny, rural life. Hardy believed humans often suffer because the society that fate. 20th century modern novel. The 20th century changed everything. The world saw world wars, scientific progress, psychological thinking. So novels also changed. Modern novelists focused on inner thoughts, human mind, confusion and reality. Virginia Woolf, Mrs. Dalloway. To the lighthouse. She used stream of consciousness, deep psychological writing. James Joyce, Ulysses. His writing is complex, experimental, focused on thoughts. George Orwell, 1903 to 1950. George Orwell wrote political novels. His famous works Animal Farm and 1984. His novels warn us about dictatorship, loss of freedom, control of thought. Orwell's language is simple but powerful. Postmodern novel, late 20th century. Postmodern novels break rules, play with time, mix reality and imagination. Writers experiment with style, structure, language. The novel becomes more creative and flexible. The English novel today. Today novels are written in many styles, read all over the world, available in books and digital form. Modern novels talk about identity, technology, society, mental health. The English novel continues to grow and change. Importance of the English novel. The English novel is important because it reflects society. It shows human emotions. It helps us think deeply. It entertains and educates. Through novels, we learn how people lived, what they felt, what problems they faced. So let's quickly revise the English novel. Started in the 18th century, grew in the 19th century, changed deeply in the 20th century, continues to evolve today. From Daniel Defoe to George Orwell, the English novel has told the story of human life. If you understand the history of the English novel, you understand English literature itself. If you liked this video, like it, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.